Hi everyone, in this video I want to show you how to solve the questions in the past paper IGCSE Math 0580 in February and March 2023, and this is the question paper 22. Question 1. From the list of numbers, write down a cube number. You know a cube number can be written as the cube of another number. For example, in this case, 27 can be written as 3 cubed. So 27 is the cube number. A prime number only has two factors, 1 and itself. So if a number has more than two factors except for 1 and itself, then it's not a prime number. For example, 12 is divisible by 2, 3, 4, and 6. 15 is divisible by 3 and 4. 27 is divisible by 3 and 9. 91 is divisible by 7 and 13. 93 is divisible by 3 and 31. So only 29 has two factors, 1 and 29, so it is the only answer in this case. Question 2. Find v minus y. You know v is -1, 3, minus y, which means minus 2, 5. So -1 minus 2 is -3. 3 minus 5 is -2. And then 2v, which means 2 multiplied by the vector -1, 3. 2 times -1 is -2, and 2 times 3 is 6. Question 3. Shade the region A intersection B. A intersection B means all the elements that is in A and in B, which means the common section of them. So we'll shade the middle part. Question 4. Write down the next number in the sequence. 23 minus 6 is 17. 17 minus 6 is 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. So we continue to subtract 6 from 5 and it is -1. So -1 is the answer for question A. B. Find the nth term of the sequence. First, we notice that the first difference of the sequence is always -6, which means it is a linear sequence. A linear sequence has the form Tn equals an plus b. A is the first difference, so A is -6. And to find B, we need to find T0, which means the term before the first term. This is T1, the first term, the second term, the third term. So we need to find T0 here. B is T0. And to find T0, you need to think about which number minus 6 equals 23. That is 29. So B is 29. And we'll combine these two to write down the answer. Tn equals -6n plus 29. So I'll write down the answer here, -6n plus 29. Question 5. Factorize completely. 8g minus 2g squared. The common factor of 8 and 2 is 2. The common factor of g and g squared is g. So they are the highest common factor. And what is left in the brackets? 8g divided by 2g equals 4. Minus 2g squared divided by 2g is g. So this is the answer, 2g, 4 minus g. Question 6. Without using a calculator, work out 4/7 divided by 8 8 means 8 over 1. So to divide 47 by 8 over 1, we will multiply it by the reciprocal of 8 over 1, which is 1 over 8. And now, 4 times 1 is 4. 7 times 8 is 56. But this is not the final answer because we need to write it as a fraction in its simplest form. So we have to simplify this fraction. 4 and 56 are both divisible by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 56 divided by 4 is 14. So 1 over 14 is the final answer. Question 7. A. 15t plus 8 equals 4 minus t. First, we need to add t to both sides. So 15t plus t is 16t. Plus 8 equals 4. Then we subtract 8 from both sides. So 16t equals 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. 16t equals negative 4, so t is negative 4 divided by 16, which is negative 1/4. So the answer is negative 1/4, or you can write negative 0.25. B. 25 minus 2u over 3 equals 2. First, we need to cross-multiply these two numbers to give you 25 minus 2u equals 3 times 2 equals 6. Next, we'll remove the number 25 by subtracting both sides by 25. So negative 2u equals 6 minus 25, which is negative 19. Finally, we divide negative 19 by negative 2 to get the value for u. And this is 19 over 2, or you can write 9.5. Question 8. Give your answer in standard form. 0.3 squared means 0.3 times 0.3, which is 0.09. And this one is equal to 9 multiplied by 10 to the power of something. In this case, you see that you have to move the decimal point 1 and 2 places to get 9. So we will multiply 9 by 10 to the power of negative 2, which is 2 decimal places. So the answer is 9 times 10 to the power of negative 2. Question 9. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show on your working. You may have different methods to solve the simultaneous equations. And in this video, I want to use the elimination method, which means I want to eliminate y. So I will multiply the second equation by 2. X times 2 is 2x. Y times 2 is 2y. 3 times 2 is 6. So this is the second equation. And the first equation is still 3x minus 2y equals 19. And you see that they both have 2y. So if I add up these two together, if I add up these two equations together, I will get 2x plus 3x equals 5x. 2y plus negative 2y is 0. So we cancel it. 6 plus 19 is 25. And now x is gonna be 25 divided by 5 equals 5. And we will use this value to substitute into the original equation, which is x plus y equals 3. X plus y equals 3. and x is 5, so 5 plus y equals 3. And then y is 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. So the answer to this question is x equals 5 and y equals negative 2. Question 10. In the diagram, AB and CD are parallel. The lines CB and AD intersect at X. Here it is. The line AB is 3 centimeters, AX is 2 centimeters, BX is 2.7 centimeters, and CD is 7.5 centimeters. Find the length of BC. First, you notice that if AB is parallel to CD and the lines AD and BC intersect at X, then the triangle XAB is similar to the triangle XDC because the angle A is equal to the angle D. They are alternate interior angles. And the same for the angle B and C. They are also alternate interior angles, so they are also equal. Or you can explain that the angle X here is equal to this angle X because they are vertically opposite angles. So those two triangles should be similar. And that leads to XA over XD equals AB over DC equals XB over XC. We should write down the three equivalent ratios and then check which pair that we can use. XA is 2 centimeters. XD is something that we don't know. AB is 3 centimeters. DC is 7.5 centimeters. XB is 2.7 centimeters. And XC is something we don't know. So if we want to find the length of BC, we need to know the value of XC, which means we should focus on this ratio. Now it's easier to solve it. First, we cross multiply 3 multiplied by XC equals 7.5 times 2.7. And then to find the value of XC, we divide the right-hand side by 3. And to find the length of BC, we need to add XB and XC together. XB is 2.7 and XC is the value you can find from the calculation above. So the final answer for this is 9.45. Question 11. Find the highest common factor of 12x to the power of 12 and 16x to the power of 16. First, the highest common factor of 12 and 16 is 4. Next, the highest common factor of x to the power of 12 and x to the power of 16 is x to the power of 12. So this is the highest common factor. Question 12. In a regular polygon, notice that this is a regular polygon. The interior angle and the exterior angle are in the ratio 11:1. Find the number of sides in this regular polygon. First, you know that the interior angles plus the exterior angle is equal to 180 degrees. So if the interior and the exterior angles are in the ratio 11:1 and their sum is 180, so we can find the value of the exterior angles by using the formula exterior angle is equal to 180 is the sum, and the sum is corresponding to 12 units. 11 plus 1 is 12 units, so we divide it by 12 to find the value of 1 unit. And then we multiply it by 1 unit because the exterior angle is 1 unit. And this is gonna be 15 degrees. And in a regular polygon, the sum of all the exterior angles is 360. The sum of all the exterior angles is 360 degrees. And this is a regular polygon, so the sum of all the exterior angles is equal to the value of one angle multiplied by the number of sides. So 15n equals 360. Then n is equal to 360 divided by 15 equals 24. So we say that this polygon has 24 sides. Question 13. The diagram shows the speed-time graph for part of a car journey. Calculate the total distance traveled during the 10 seconds. In the speed-time graph, the total distance is actually the area of the polygon it creates. So this polygon is a trapezium, and the area of a trapezium is equal to a plus b times height over 2. Your a is 8, your b is 10, and the height is also 10. So we just substitute everything into this formula. 8 plus 10 multiplied by 10. Then we divide everything by 2, which is 90. So the area is 90, which means the total distance is 90 meters. Question 14. The diagram shows a sector of a circle with center O and radius 9 centimeters. The length of the chord PQ is 6 centimeters. Calculate the length of the arc PQ, which means we need to find this arc. In this case, the radius is 9 centimeters. So if you want to find the length of PQ, what should you need to know? The formula for the length of arc is theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. We know the value of the radius already, so the only thing we need to find is the theta, which means we need to find the angle POQ. So how to find this angle? We may use the trigonometry. First, I'll divide this triangle into 2 equal parts. And I'll call this point H. Then OH is the perpendicular bisector of PQ, which means PH is 3 centimeters and HQ is also 3 centimeters. To find the angle POQ, first I can find the angle POH and then I double it. This is the angle POH. Now it's time to use SOHCAHTOA. Which one should we use? OP is 9 centimeters. That is the hypotenuse. And PH is the opposite side to the angle O. So we need to use SOH. Sine POH is equal to opposite 3 over hypotenuse 9, which is 1/3. So the angle POH is equal to the inverse of sine 1/3. And then the angle POQ is the double of this, 2 times the inverse of sine 1/3. And after we know the angle POQ, we can find the length of the arc PQ by using the formula angle POQ over 360 times 2 pi r. POQ is 2 inverse of sine 1/3 over 360 multiplied by 2 pi. Your radius is 9 centimeters. So this is the formula for the length of arc PQ. And the answer is gonna be 6.12. Question 15. Simplify this expression. First, we need to split it into two parts. The number part, 3,125 to the power of 1/5. And the second part is W to the power of 13125 to the power of 1/5. For the number part, the number to the power of 1/5 means the fifth root of 3,125. And for the variable part, when we see that W to the power of another power, we can multiply the two powers together, right? And the fifth root of 3,125 is 5. And then W, the product of 3,125 and 1/5 is 625. So this is the final answer. Question 16. Y is inversely proportional to x squared, which means y is equal to k over x squared. When x is 3, y is 2. So I'll substitute y equals 2, x equals 3. So k is 2 multiplied by 3 squared equals 18. And now we'll rewrite the expression y equals 18 over x squared. The question is find y when x equals 2. So I'll substitute x equals 2. 18 divided by 2 squared is 4. So 18 divided by 4 is 9 over 2. Or you can write 4.5. Question 17. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. ABX is a straight line. PQ is a tangent to the circle at A. Angle CBX is 85 degrees. Angle BAQ is 55 degrees. And angle CAD is 42 degrees. A. Find the angle CBD. CBD is this angle. This one is equal to CAD because they subtended the same chord CD. So we say that this one is equal to 42 degrees. Because angle CBD is equal to the angle CAD. They subtended the same chord CD. Question B. Angle ACB. ACB is this angle. ACB subtended the chord AB. So it should be the same as the angle BAQ, because BAQ is the angle formed by the tangent AQ and the chord AB. So ACB is equal to BAQ, because BAQ is the angle formed by the tangent AQ and the chord AB. So this is gonna be 55 degrees. C, find the angle ADC. ADC is this angle. Oh, now it's time to use cyclic quadrilateral. First, in a cyclic quadrilateral, the angle ADC at the angle ABC should be 180 degrees, because ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. And next, we see that the angle CBX at the angle ABC is also 180 degrees Celsius, because ABX is a straight line. They are the angles on a straight line. So if these two have ABC and they also have 180 degrees, this leads to the angle ADC is equal to the angle CBX, which is 85 degrees. So the answer for question C is 85 degrees. Question D, angle BCD. BCD is the purple angle. First, we look at the triangle ADC. And you see that 85 angle D plus 42 angle A plus DCA is equal to 180 degrees, because they are the angles in a triangle. So DCA equals 180 minus 85 minus 42 equals 53 degrees. And then we also know that the blue angle ACB is 55 degrees. This is 55 degrees. And ACD is 53 degrees. So we add up these two together. BCD equals 53 plus 55 equals 108 degrees. So the answer is 108 degrees. Finally, we need to find the value of PAD. PAD is the green angle. PAD is the angle formed by the tangents AP and the chord AD. So it should be equal to the angle subtended the chord AD, which is DCA. And we already know that DCA is 53 degrees. So we can say that the angle PAD is also 53 degrees. Question 18. Two solids are mathematically similar and have volumes 81 centimeter cubed and 24 centimeter cubed. You know, V1 over V2 is equal to the ratio of volume is the cube of the ratio of lengths. And the ratio of area is equal to the square of the ratio of lengths. So in this case, V1 over V2 is 81 over 24 equals L1 over L2 cubed. From this one, we can see that the ratio of length is gonna be the cube root of 81 over 24, which is the cube root of 27 over 8 equals 3 over 2. Equals 99 square centimeters. So the answer to this question is 99. Question 19. Find the values of x when 6x plus y equals 10 and y equals x squared minus 3x plus 10. So this is kind of a simultaneous equation. 6x plus y equals 10. Y equals x squared minus 3x plus 10. We can substitute y into the second equation. From the first equation, we see that y is 10 minus 6x. So now we'll substitute 10 minus 6x into y. And this is x squared minus 3x plus 10. So I will add 6x and subtract 10 from both sides. Then we have x squared minus 3x plus 6x plus 10 minus 10 equals 0. X squared minus 3 plus 6 means plus 3x minus 10 plus 10 is 0. So we cancel it. And now we only have x squared plus 3x equals 0. We can factorize them. X times x plus 3 equals 0. So x is 0 or x plus 3 equals 0. X plus 3 equals 0 means x equals negative 3. And when x is 0, y is 10 minus 6x, which means 10 minus 6 times 0 equals 10. And if x is negative 3, then y equals 10 minus 6 times negative 3, which is 10 plus 18 equals 28. But actually, in this case, you don't need to find the value of y. We can stop at the value of x. So we say that x equals 0 or x equals negative 3. Question 20. Find the nth term of each sequence. In the first sequence, we see that the first difference is 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 plus 19 is 26. 26 plus 37 is 63. And the second difference is 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 12 is 18. 19 plus 18 is 37. They're still not the same, so we need to find the third difference. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. Now the third difference is the same, which means this is the cubic sequence. And you know that for the basic cubic sequence and cubed, the first term, I'll call this T1, T2, T3, T4, and T5. The first term is 1 cubed equals 1. The second is 2 cubed equals 8. 3 cubed equals 27. 4 cubed is 64. And 5 cubed is 125. But in question A, we have the sequence -1, 0, 7, 26, and 63. So we'll try to convert the basic sequence and cube to this. And if you notice that, you will see 1 minus 1 will be 0. 8 minus 1 is 7. 27 minus 1 is 26. 64 minus 1 is 63. So first, we need to change the first term into the second term. Change the second term into the third term. And to do this, we will need to subtract n by 1. So the first term will become the second term. The second term is the third term, and so. And the first term is 1 minus 1 cubed equals 0. So this means I change the first term into the second term, the second into the third term, and the third into the fourth term. And now we see that 0 minus 1 equals -1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 8 minus 1 is 7. 27 minus 1 is 26. And 64 minus 1 is 63. So it means we subtract n minus 1 cubed by 1. And this is the final answer. N minus 1 cubed minus 1. B. 24, 12, 6, 3, 1.5. We see that the next number is always half of the previous number. 6 is half of 12. 3 is half of 6. 1.5 is half of 3. So this is an exponential sequence. And in an exponential sequence, the formula is Tn equals T1 times the ratio to the power of n minus 1. T1 in this case is 24. And the ratio, the common ratio is 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. So the answer is 24 times 1/2 to the power of n minus 1. Question 21. A car travels 14 kilometers. Correct to the nearest kilometer. So if you see the word nearest kilometer, we need to divide 1 kilometer by 2 equals 0.5 kilometer. And then the distance 14. We need to add it by 0.5 and subtract 0.5 to find the upper and lower bound of the distance. The upper bound is 14.5 kilometers and the lower bound is 13.5 kilometers. This is the upper and lower bound for the distance. And then this takes 12 minutes, correct to the nearest minute. So we also divide 1 minute by 2 equals 0.5 minutes. So we also add and subtract the number 12 by 0.5 to get the upper and lower bound of the time. 11.5 here. So this is the upper and lower bound of time. And now we need to find the lower bound of the speed of the car. You know the speed of the car is equal to the distance divided by time, right? So if you want to find the lower bound of the speed, we need the lower bound of the distance divided by the upper bound of the time, which means we need the smallest number divided by the biggest number. So the lower bound of the distance is 13.5 divided by the upper bound of time, which is 12.5. So the answer is gonna be 1.08. 1.08 kilometers per minute. Question 22. The diagram shows a triangular prism ABCDQP of length 7 centimeters. The cross-section is triangle PAB with PA equals 4 centimeters. AB is 5 centimeters and angle PAB is 90 degrees. Calculate the angle between the line PC and the base ABCD. The line PC, this is the line PC, and the base ABCD. You know, the line PA is perpendicular to the base ABCD. So the angle between PC and the base ABCD is gonna be the angle between PC and CA, this angle. So to find this angle, we see that PA equals 4 centimeters. So we may need to find the length of AC or PC. Then we use trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA, to find the angle PCA. In this case, AC should be easier to find because ABCD is a rectangle. AB is 5. BC is 7. So we can find the length of AC. AC is equal to the square root of 5 squared plus 7 squared equals the square root of 74. And now in the triangle PAC, we may use SOHCAHTOA to find the angle PCA. AC is adjacent and PA is opposite, so we may use TOE. 10 PCA is equal to opposite PA over adjacent AC. PA is 4, AC is root 74. And to find the angle PCA, we find the inverse of 10, 4 over root 74. So the answer is 24.9 degrees. Question 23. Simplify this expression. First, we need to factorize the top and the bottom expressions, and then we'll try to simplify it. So let's talk about the top expression. 5x squared minus 19x plus 12. And to factorize this expression, we'll find two numbers that multiply to get 5 times 12 equals 60. And those two numbers must add up to the middle term, which is negative 19. So the two numbers are negative 15 and negative 4. Because negative 15 times negative 4 is 60. And negative 15 plus negative 4 is negative 19. So I will split the middle term into negative 15x and negative 4x and write plus 12 again. Now we will factorize the first two terms. 5x as the common factor, then x minus 3. And for the next two terms, minus 4 as the common factor, and then x minus 3. Now x minus 3 is their common factor, so 5x minus 4 is the second term. For the bottom expression, we see that x squared minus 9 is equal to x squared minus 3 squared, which is x minus 3 times x plus 3. And now, this expression can be written as x minus 3 times 5x minus 4. This is the top expression. And the bottom is x minus 3 times x plus 3. And now we can cancel x minus 3. So we only have 5x minus 4 over x plus 3. Question 24. The probability of Jamin hitting a target is 1/3. The probability that he hits the target for the first time on his nth attempt is 64 over 2,187. So if the probability that he hits it is 1/3 and the probability that he fell is 1 minus 1/3 equals 2/3. The probability that he hits the target for the first time on his nth attempt, which means he has been failed for n minus 1 time, and then he hit it in the next attempt. And the probability of these two will be 64 over 2,187. So this is the probability that he fails, and this is the probability that he hit it. Then the probability that he fails is 2/3 to the power of n minus 1 times the probability that he hit it is 1/3 to the power of 1 equals 64 over 2,187. And 2/3 to the power of n minus 1 is equal to 64 over 2,187 divided by 1/3 equals 64 over 729. This means 2/3 to the power of n minus 1 equals, 64 is 2 to the power of 6, and 729 is 3 to the power of 6. So this is 2/3 to the power of 6. This means n minus 1 is equal to 6, so n is 6 plus 1 equals 7. So 7 is the final answer. Question 25. F of x is x cubed plus 1, so we need to find the inverse of f. To find the inverse of f, we will consider this as y equals x cubed plus 1. To find the inverse of a function, we will change y into x, and we change x into y. So x equals y cubed plus 1. And now we need to make y the subject. To make y the subject, we need to remove 1 from both sides. And then we need to take the cube root of both sides. X minus 1, the cube root. So this is y. And this is the final answer. The inverse of the function is the cube root of x minus 1. This is the end of the test.